Welcome to the Gwent Deck Guide, featuring Savolla's Frightener deck.
You'll not stand in the way of my master's plans. I won't let you.
This deck is a great off-meta pick, catching opponents by surprise who aren't prepared for it. With a total of 3 win conditions, it's a powerhouse not to be taken lightly. The following cards are a must-have: Savolla, Tin Boy, Philippa Eilhart. The deck can also thin with the Sewer Raiders and the Flying Redanian. Your mulligan has to be adaptive. If you're playing against strong tempo decks, keep Tin Boy. If you face decks with high value engines, keep Philippa Eilhart. On blue coin, always try to find Bincy Bloomerhold, since she is our main opener. The deck doesn't have any crazy combos, but the one reoccurring card you want to get the most value out of is the Flying Redanian. It gets summoned from your deck while you have 7 or more coins, or, if your opponent is playing Lockdown, 9 coins. Note, the card also gets summoned from the graveyard, so finishing a turn with 7 coins is a must. Assimilate Nilfgaard is a very tough opponent to beat, but Syndicate engines have a unique horde ability, making it really hard for our opponent to get any value off of our passive or our peaches, because he does not have the required coin to boost them. Also note that our horde ability requires 2 less coin, so even if the opponent manages to get 2 coins, he will need a total of 4 to get the engine started. After playing around the Duchess's informants, our opponent finally gets enough coins to boost the peaches. It's always best to wait for high priority targets with Philippa, but since we are behind on points and Assimilate doesn't really have anything of value for us, we have no other choice. Our opponent goes all in with Angoulême, getting our scenario. I decide to play Savolla here for 2 reasons. First, we want to catch up on points with as little cards as possible, and second, our opponent used his leader ability, meaning he has to win this round. After playing Tin Boy, our opponent is forced to give the round away. Always look for reasons to use your leader ability in every round. Since we drew Bincy, we sit her on the ranged row, giving her extra boost while also getting some carryover coin. Our opponent plays a portal and passes on equal cards. Since Assimilate decks have slow tempo, we play the passive for a scenario as early as possible. We know for a fact that our opponent is going to be able to remove at least one of our engines, but we're okay with that. The main strength of Syndicate is the fact that the boosts are equally distributed across the board, making counterplay harder. We already used most of our win conditions, but the beauty of this deck lies in its ability to still be useful even without key cards. We play the Sewer Raiders for thinning and use Vivaldi Bank to look for a card. Note how I kept at least 6 coins? This is so that we get the maximum value out of Vivaldi Bank. It reveals your top card plus an amount of cards equal to the coin you hoard. You can play the top card for free, or play any of the revealed cards for a fee. The cost goes up by 1 depending on which position the card is placed. The second card costs 1 coin, the third one 2, and so on. If you have too many coins, Street Urchins is the right way to go. You can turn any excess coin into boost, giving you the extra edge you might need. It is especially useful in long rounds, where you will most likely hit 9 coins, so in order not to waste them, you can turn coins into points. Sometimes you have to pull the trigger a little bit earlier on Tin Boy. If we hadn't played him this turn, our opponent would have boosted his Lonely Champion with all Firesworn tokens, making Tin Boy less potent. But sometimes waiting is the right thing to do. We Philippa into Plague Maiden, taking the highest value card from our opponent. We also buy us time to gather up coins for our Tin Boy finisher. After our opponent plays Yennefer and Gold Talisman, it's our time to shine. We play Tin Boy for 28 damage, giving us a huge swing and winning the game. Sometimes it's better to have a body of 17 points instead of damage. We play Tin Boy and save coin for Savolla's Frightener. Since we have 9 coins, we steal an Imperial Enforcer with 2 strength, putting us down to 7, which allows us to summon the Frightener and win the game. All in all, it's a solid and fun deck to play. It performs well against high tempo, while also giving meta decks a run for their money. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, how about a round of Gwent?